Hello and welcome to the Secret to Growing a Six-Figure Cleaning Service, and welcome to the ZenMaid Summit. I'm very excited to be here. This is my third year here. I love the community and I love being able to help other service-based owners organize and simplify their operation. So let's get right into it. So today we're going to talk about, let me just get caught up here. Today we're going to talk about my story, how systems can help you make more money in your cleaning service, and how to get your business all the way organized using the six-figure system method. Okay. A little bit more about me. I specialize in helping service-based owners who work excessive hours in an unpredictable business gain control of running their business instead of their business running them. Right? Gain control of running your business so that your business doesn't run you ragged or to burnout. By developing processes, procedures, and automated systems for major functions in your business, I help you hire a team, finally scale your business, get things all the way automated to make it easier. After 25 years in the corporate arena, I started my cleaning company with a passion to make it run just like the corporate environment I left behind, predictably, automatically, and profitably. Mona Cleaning, that's my cleaning service, is a consistent, multiple six-figure business that runs itself and gives me what all entrepreneurs crave: freedom. Mona was on the brink of hitting $1 million, and then the pandemic hit, and I decided to make some drastic changes in my business. So I've reduced my residential side to almost nothing. I've increased the commercial side, and I'm providing coaching full-time now. So exciting stuff for me. Mona services over 200 locations per week and boasts a 93% rating on HomeStars and a 4.7 out of 5 star rating on Google. Clients love our service. And I have previous management experience working with Fortune 500 companies. I'm an experienced operations management, change management, and training specialist. And I have skills in developing teams. I've helped sales consultants, investment company. I've helped a gym, cleaning services, insurance companies, and of course, people in healthcare on all ends of the spectrum. And most recently, my sister and I purchased a senior helpers franchise. We provide in-home care for seniors. And in our first business with that, first year of business with that company, we grew to $250,000. So multiple six figures. I think we did it in 18 months. And it's because we could hire a team right away. We were able to delegate right away. We hired the right people, and it was off to the races just like that. My companies have been featured on CBC on a special show under new management, global news, in the newspaper. And I've also been the 2-time recipient of the Reader's Digest Award here in York Region, the area that my cleaning service services. And we've run Best of 2021, Best of 2019, and 2018 through HomeStars. A lot of you in the U.S. Use Home Advisors. Now they're affiliates here they've merged here in Canada. I was also selected by the Canadian International Black Women, I don't even know what that group is called, as one of Canada's 100 Black women to watch in 2020. So that's a little bit about me. Let's talk about why you're here. Today, I'm hoping that you'll learn in the next hour or so 3 must-have systems to scale your business beyond 6 figures. Sorry. I don't know who's going to tell me to get these slides moving. All companies that are profiting, growing, and hiring people have systems in place. Believe it. And this means sustainability. That's why companies like AT&T or Wells and Fargo can grow so big, because they have system and processes in place. They have plan, they have strategy, and they have all of the things to help automate their business. I'm also going to teach you how to digitally organize your business so that you know what to do when and what to do next, right? Oftentimes we get up and we're busy with busy work, but that busy work is not bringing us leads. It's not bringing us sales. So I'm going to change your focus there. Planning is only part of it. If you have a plan, it's a great start, but you also need a strategy. A plan and a strategy work hand in hand to move you forward. So this is how processes and systems make success easy, right? It helps you create a predictably profitable and sustainable business that you can actually love, right? Too many people start a business, they think it's going to be all the things, and because it is either disorganized or there's things they didn't know, it becomes a pain in the butt, right? So this is all to help you avoid that and actually build a business that you can love. Why does this matter? Because in order to create a predictably profitable and sustainable business that you can love, you're going to need processes and systems and automation, and it's going to need to be documented, right? You can't keep it up here. I don't know about you, but when I decided to start a business, I knew very clearly it had to do 3 things for me, okay? 1, it had to make me enough money to live a freedom lifestyle. That means doing what I wanted when I wanted. Number 2, it also had to respect my 10 p.m. bedtime. I don't play with my sleep. I get up very early, so I make sure that I'm well rested so I don't have these angry spells throughout the next day from being tired. And number 3, I didn't want a business to come and stress me out to the point of illness like other owners of major corporations have done. I think about Rogers here in Canada, Amazon. These are companies that started as solos and then grew into massive businesses, but not without a lot of stress. It's very difficult to build a $1 billion company without help. $1 million company, you also need help. All right. So moving right along, I'm not sure what's wrong with my mouse today. So this is for you. This training here is for you if you have no control over what tomorrow will be like in your business, and you know that if you take a day off, you won't make any sales. This also includes your team can't get the job without having to shoulder tap you every minute for direction. And here's a little hint. If you have detailed processes in place and you hire the right people, this is not an issue. It shouldn't be an issue, okay? You're already making 6 figures in sales, but you need to digitally organize your business and create structure for your team to perform to your standard, right? We all know about hiring and training and sending someone out to clean who just can't clean the same way we do. Well, there's a reason for that, and there's a way around it. All right. All of this is in an effort to get you loving your business all over again. We don't need to be, frustrated with our business. We don't need to be stressed out every day, and it sure as hell shouldn't burn us out. All right. And here is where most people go wrong. They have this build it and they will come mentality. Just because you're an expert and have a good product doesn't mean that you have the system, strategy, or business acumen to attract, service, and nurture clients and all the moving parts successfully. And I know when you have a cleaning service or any service-based business for that matter, getting things to move succinctly and managing all the moving pieces is everything. It is the biggest challenge. And systems is what makes it very easy and manageable. You need proven systems to be able to hire a team, scale your business, and do it repeatedly. Okay? Much of what you do in your business, especially when it comes to marketing, will be trial and error. You have to figure out what works for your audience, what works for you, what works for your work-life balance that you're trying to establish. As a solopreneur, it is likely that you keep an accurate account of events in your head. But that is completely useless when it comes to knowing how you are going to do business, what your costs are to provide your service to your customers, the specific event or group of events that actually bring you your ideal client or bring you sales, or how to forecast growth based on data that you have from the past. You need a system for tracking and housing transactions in your business in order to grow it. That's the bottom line. And without it, you'll be working in a chaotic environment. Quite frankly, it makes it very hard for you to stay focused. You will struggle to create, name, file, retrieve your best work, which we know is always needed in a crunch. So don't do this to yourself. Let's learn the naming conventions. Let's learn how to file things away properly. Let's learn the proper name for things so that we can easily find them again, or that our team can easily find them again. Okay. And also, if you don't have systems in place, administrative work, all the operational stuff will constantly loom over your head and cause you to work long hours in your business, just trying to figure things out, trying to get things done. Okay. And if you're finding it hard to hire, you're probably going to have an even harder time training new hires as well. So this is all about getting this sorted to the nth degree so that you can actually build and grow a business that you love. Okay. So here's a little insight for you. Belinda, one of my clients, is a sales expert. Most people call themselves experts, but she is all the way sales expert. She's young but powerful. She knows her stuff. Her business was capped at about 10,000, just under 10,000 a month. And she admitted to me that she was the bottleneck in her business because she wanted to hang on to information. She thought she had to be the producer and the creator and the stamper of all things. And she admits that she was the bottleneck. So her team didn't know what to do unless she told them daily. Most of the time, projects were on hold because they couldn't find the information that they need in order to move the business forward by doing their job, or doing their job to move the business forward. So she was the bottleneck. She knew that. She had a bit of a control issue, trying to share information and afraid that people wouldn't do their job or screw her over. But if you have a proper job outline, proper job posting that clearly states what you need, you hire the right person for that job, then this is a non-issue. You should be able to trust the people in your business to do the job because their job description says so, because they're being held to a performance review that is specifically related to those same points that you hired them for. Okay. Anyways, I digress. I showed Belinda how to create her processes, workflows, and project management tools that gave her team the autonomy and know-how to help make more sales and move the business forward. And I'll tell you that oftentimes we create stories in our head that are bigger, badder, and scarier than what the reality is. So when I told her this, it was as though I told her something that she didn't know, but she knew. And so as soon as she did it, boom, she was off to the races. And in fact, she's changed her team twice since then because everything is all the way organized. And if they're not fitting that job description to a T and there's no other trainable parts for them, then she was moving on, which great on her. She's now, you'll read on, she's doing multiple six figures now in her business. So anyways, I showed her how to create the processes, the workflows, and all the tools that would give her team autonomy. And now her team has grown from 2 to 5 people since working with me. And she's now consistently making in excess of 5-figure months, 5-figure plus months. Okay. So really important to be organized. A lot of people won't admit that they're the bottleneck in their business, but once you recognize it, it means that you're willing to learn and find help. So it made it really easy for me, of course, but hey. Now here are some facts for you. Without systems and detailed processes coupled with project management tools from the beginning, it doesn't matter how big you are, I would have never hit 6 figures so quickly in my cleaning service. If I didn't have processes and systems for the entire operation, for the marketing, the sales, the lead generation, the answering on the phones, the onboarding of clients, the training, the how to handle an escalation, then I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have hit multiple 6 figures, close to 7 figures, right? If I didn't have systems in place, I would have never been able to start a seniors business, right? Within 30 days, I was able to hire a team, train a team, and we all participated in marketing, doing assessments, taking training, and we grew that business to $250,000 in the first 18 months, which I would say is quite impressive. So, hey, that's that. I just threw that out there at you. So here's a little bit of proof that, I know what's going on here. Implementing a structure and systems has allowed me to create growth plans and consistently meet goals. Get out of the field within 3 months of starting my cleaning service, which I think I was in the field accidentally because I never ever wanted to be in the field. But hey, you live and learn. And I think it was the best experience for me. And to this day, I actually bonus my team with time off. So here, go take the afternoon off. I'm going to finish your home for you. I'm going to finish your office for you. So just a little thing I did in corporate. Of course, we were on the phones then. Now it's cleaning, but I find it goes a long, long way in keeping people happy. Hire the right people. So systems have been great for that because now it is a very structured job description of who I want and what I want done in the role, right? There's no mincing words there. It is very clear. Systems and structure have allowed me to train and delegate tasks that get completed, because oftentimes we're a small business, we're doing all of the things. We know that we want to get more active on Instagram. Maybe we're going to run a campaign on Instagram, and then it never happens, or it gets started and it never gets completed. Well, I'm going to show you how to use tools that you probably use today to keep you organized on task so that you don't ever miss those opportunities, okay? So that you start a project and finish it to completion, all right? Very, very important. I would say that a big part of success is being able to carry something through from beginning to end without being sidetracked or detoured onto another path that you think is the same path, but meanwhile, it's totally detoured to something else. So keep that in mind. Systems has allowed me to train and delegate tasks that get completed, hit $250,000 in my senior care business within 18 months, grow my cleaning service to $750,000 and beyond. But as soon as COVID hit, we took a little dip there, but I'm okay with it because we're much more profitable and we're a much smoother operation now. And then increase productivity for my clients, resulting in an average increase of business of 30%. And duplicate my organizational systems so that I can teach you how to use them and do the same. So I have a manual in my service that I used to, use to train other people. I've trained gym instructors or gym owners with it, but it's very succinct. It works across all businesses. It will stand the test of time and is very necessary if you want to scale your business beyond 6 figures. So here is what's possible. Okay. My clients are already in business and they generate, between 4 and 5 figure months. I only have one client that does more than 5 figures in a month, which is very exciting for me. And while they do not come to me to increase their sales, very important, sales increase is a byproduct of what we do, because an increase in sales is a byproduct of organizing your business and having workflows and systems in place and using project management tools to keep you on time and completing work, right? Completing the task that you set out to do. And in all cases, my clients have been able to hire the right people, delegate with ease, and most importantly, increase productivity. And we all know that if you can increase productivity, likely you're increasing your sales, right? Because you have more time. So that should be what's happening. All right. People, processes, and technology. This is the trifecta of every business, okay? If you want to have a business that is profitable, scalable, sustainable, you need to have systems, and you need to have systems around core areas in your business. If you look at some of the major corporations out there, they all have systems in place, and especially around these 3 core areas. Having systems in place for people, processes, and technology helps you to control your business instead of your business controlling you. I cannot stress it enough. People think that because they know what to do and they have it in their head that everything will be okay. But you can't duplicate what's in your head. I cannot look at you and know what to do. And when you're talking about growing a team, you need to have things well organized, well laid out, so that it's easy for people to learn. All right? Now, this is necessary if you want to see consistent multiple six figures or even six-figure months. If at any time you think, I already know this, remember you are here because your business isn't running as smooth and as profitable as you would like. So there's always room for growth. All right. I may not tell you anything that is net new today, but sometimes you'll hear it in a different context that will be all of the things for you. Sometimes this will serve as a gentle reminder as to what you should be doing, right? So take heed, stay keen, and let's get you all organized, all right? So here I'm going to show you the three kind of easy steps that you can actually take action on now. So if you've got a pen and paper, now's the time to get them out. Take some notes. If you've got the replay or the past, you'll be able to see this again. But when you know what to work on a day-to-day basis, where to find your ideal client, and your team can actually deliver it on your service promise, it means that you can easily do it again, right? And that means an increase in sales. It really is that simple. So simple that it's hard to believe. But when you think of all the big brands you know, they all have systems in place that manage people, processes, and technology automatically, repeatedly, and profitably. All right. There's not a company out there that doesn't have detailed systems in place, that is doing well. Like the bigger companies, they all have it. Think about anywhere that you've worked for another company. When you were hired on, you likely got a training manual. Maybe you were put onto a training portal. You were given the XYZ of how it's done here. That's the same type of thing that you need to do in your business. This is what allows you to scale and not have to leave your big CEO chair to come down to the frontline workers in order to show them something or to teach them something. All right. That's as simple as it gets there. So if you're unsure of how to get started, I can give you my contact info in the end, and then you can reach out to me for help. I've given you an action item here. If you watch this video keenly, take notes, take screenshots. If you start with digitally organizing your business, you will unlock cash flow. All right. The relationship between workflow and your cleaners is the sales and the marketing and the administration of your business, right? All of that becomes very, very clear and repeatable if it's laid out properly, right? This also allows you to hold people accountable, which when you're growing a massive company or growing a big team, you need to know who has done what and how to hold them accountable. You might call it a performance review, but it's accountability, right? It's described in the job that they applied for. It's described in their job description, and it's well laid out in their performance review. It's you speak about it each time you have a review or sit down with your employees so they know exactly what they're going after, right? So if you're unsure how to get started, just, at the end, I'll leave you my details there. Just reach out. But the action item I have here for you is to actually set up your digital folders, one for each of operations or administration, whichever you want to call that. This is the kind of overarching how we do it here system. And then a marketing system, of course. This is where we find our people. This is how we speak to them. This is who our person is. This is, the email marketing list that they belong to, whatever that is in your business. And then, of course, sales. And one of the things I like to talk about here is oftentimes as solopreneurs, or you start your cleaning service on your own, so you're answering the phone, you think you don't need a sales script or a phone script. And I'm going to encourage you to absolutely get one, because once you have one in place and you've written it all out and it's to your standard, once you get online to speaking with people, that script becomes personalized with all of the major components involved, but it becomes a little bit more personalized and easier to do, so you don't have to be reading a manual. But I really encourage a script. I'm a solopreneur in my branding business, and I use a script because you want to make sure you understand what works, what doesn't work, and that you can build that process for those who are coming to fill in behind you. Okay, so maybe you're growing a team, they'll eventually be doing the sales. They'll have this really well laid out script for them that they can also learn and make their own, okay, as long as the majors are in there. So you'll want to lay out at least those basic folders and make sure that the processes are clear and concise, what goes within each of these action items, okay? So here's a little bit of a case study for you. This is Vesna. She has a vestment company. And for those of you who don't know, vestments are the garments and gowns that the priest, pastor wears in church. The clergyman, all of those garments is what she makes. So she was struggling to respond to orders. I thought she wasn't my kind of client, but then we really thought about it. She does provide a service and a product, or her service is the product because she makes them herself. She struggled to respond to orders in a timely fashion. She could not remain consistent on social. Even though she wasn't really getting people on social, they would find her elsewhere, but then they would go straight to her LinkedIn to check her out. But we ended up building up her LinkedIn profile. I gave her some easy 1, 2, 3 steps to execute on LinkedIn on a daily basis. And within the 3 months that she was working with me, she gained 2 clients from LinkedIn, which she had never done before. So that's a big deal. And she was approaching new prospects with uncertainty of what to do for them. So she had no script. She had no upselling in place. She had nothing specific in place. So we went through, we built her a sales process, a marketing process. We went ahead and built out all of her social media posts and memes and kind of set her up so that she could build a library of content for posting to make it easy, so you don't have to think about what you're going to post right then and there. She had... we created an operational workflow for her because day to day, she would just get up and do what she felt had to be done. So if there was an order, yeah, it would get worked on. But if there was no order, well, maybe she would try making a new hat, or maybe she would try, cleaning her garden. It became non-work unless work was coming to her. So we set up a workflow that addressed all of the must-do tasks that she had to do on a daily basis to generate leads or to generate sales, close sales on a daily basis. So many of us get caught up in busy work and we're not doing the 1 or 2 hours that we need to do to generate leads or close sales in our business, or even follow up. There's money in follow up. So we have to make sure that we're making time for that. So that's what I did with her, laid out what her day should look like, gave her we built out little processes, very simple. She started running through those. She started posting very regularly on social because now she knew what to talk about. And knowing what to talk about is very difficult for some people. But it's difficult because you don't know who you're talking to. So once we got her on this path and we cleared out who her customer was, how she markets them, where she finds them, she was on a roll. So now she has a proven marketing system for gaining new clients through social media. And although she is a solopreneur, she now has a sales process that has increased her close rate by 60%, which means that when I said in the beginning, she's just jumping on the phone and without uncertainty of how to service people, if she had a proven way of doing things, she might have improved this close rate earlier on, but she wasn't aware. right? So this is how important it is. You'll have a script that you can examine. If it doesn't work, you know what to change because it's right there. You just have to edit it. Whereas if you're going willy-nilly every day, every call, you'll have no idea what's working and what's not working because sometimes you say this and sometimes you say that. So a telephone script is huge, and it gets you off of or away from answering the phone a lot quicker than you think. You will have able-bodied people who can now answer the phone and close the sale, which I never call a sales position because people get icky about sales. I just say you're the, office manager. All right. So here is how-to number 2. So this should make most of you perk up in your seats. Build a team that can deliver knock your socks off service. All right. If you don't have a proven process for how service is delivered in your company, it'll be very difficult to train your team on how to deliver on your service promise. And if you can't train your team on how to deliver your service promise, it'll result in shortfalls in cleaning, right? So now you're going to have miserable clients who are going to be calling in to complain, who may even escalate a call or two, who will give you poor reviews, and it just creates this snowball effect of issues, right? But the same way a lack of systems can cause that, it is the exact same effect or opposite effect when you have systems in place for every single task that's done in your business. So if you have a system for answering the phone, a system for or a way or a standard for people to deliver your service, how to respond to customers, these headaches can't snowball anymore. Now you can nip in the bud where the problem began, whether it was a human lack of skill or will, or whether it was a breakdown in your system. Okay? So here's the second piece of action item for you. Communicate your service promise to your team. Make sure that you know what that is, have it clearly laid out, communicate it to your team. 9 times out of 10, your team wants to help you reach your goals. They want to do a good job, okay? Outline the expectation of the cleaning role or the management role or of the office role. Outline it very clearly and have a clearly laid out process on how they meet your service expectation, okay? Assess your team's work. That could be a quality check. That could be a performance review. It can come in so many different forms. Assess your team's work and then provide feedback. And I got to tell you a little story here. I'm probably killing my time, but I got to tell you this story because I've listened to cleaning owners who struggle to hire. People are walking out on day one. But if you don't know how to speak to people, if you don't know how to keep it professional at work, then you'll lose. Even if someone stays, they're probably going to be disrespectful or upset. So be very mindful of how you speak to people. Okay? You don't have to be rude to be stern. All right. Case study for you. Rhonda's maid service. She'd been in business for 4 years before she came to me for help. She was doing $10,000 per week. And the funny thing is, when she came to me, she was actually doing more than me. So this is, I don't know, years ago. She was making more money than me. Which I always thought was fascinating because just because you're making revenues doesn't mean that everything is working well or working smoothly or profitably. Okay, so really, really important to keep that in mind. Those are some of the bugs that I help you work out in your business. Anyways, Rhonda was generating 10 grand a week. Her employees would go out to work. They'd have 2 or 3 homes for the day. They'd clean the first one and then they'd take off or they'd quit. Not take off, they'd quit. Her day-to-day was about putting out fires, not answering the phone because she's got to run off to somebody's house to clean because the cleaner quit. Then the phone is ringing. She's got to argue with people. Then she doesn't have time to make invoices. So when she's behind, she has to start to sit and figure out how to collect and from who to collect, because she had no kind of organizational systems in the background. And I should say she was using Maid software, but that again doesn't mean that systems are automatically going to make the software work well. And while we're on this topic, I might as well tell you that technology will only help your business if it works well manually without technology. You need to understand the purpose of the task or the function that you're trying to automate with technology. You need to understand the function and what is it's supposed to do, and make sure that you know how it performs manually before you actually put it into technology. Okay, so that's just a little hint or tip there for you. So Rhonda's day was about putting out fires, responding to people, escalations galore. She was cleaning, she fell behind on invoicing, like all of these things were happening to her, which means she fell late on paying her employees, because we all know in a cleaning service, your margins are only so much. And cash flow is, a precious thing that you have to develop and create for yourself. So she ended up having people quit. This is probably part of the reason she couldn't pay them. And she didn't really know how to hire the right people, how to put together a job posting. And really, when you go to hire someone and you say they're a nightmare, that nightmare started before the actual hiring. So what happened in the interview? What did your job posting say? What did the job description say? Right? So all of these things need to be carefully examined and making sure that they all flow and speak to one another. All right. Onward. So here is the rest of it. After working together, we start to build processes around people. Her revenue did dip by about $800 a week, but it was only for a few weeks. And I knew it was a necessary evil to get to a better place. Part of that dip in revenue were firing pain in the ass clients, because it's simply just isn't worth it to me. If one customer is paying you $1,000, but it takes you 8 hours a week to deal with them, it's not worth it. Okay. So that's what happened there. She did take a little dip. We got better quality candidates because we created postings and job descriptions around the reality of the role. Okay, so it's in an urban place. So getting around wasn't very easy. Houses are spread out, so there's a lot of things at play there. We laid out her day-to-day tasks according to what is due daily, what do you need to do weekly, what do you need to do monthly, quarterly, etc. And we made sure that these tasks complemented her goals so that she would actually start to make some headway and knock things off of her plate, actually see results. Okay. She got out of the damn field for good. I think that was a major one. And I think so many of us get stuck on being in the field because we feel that no one can do it as good as us. But if you continually keep yourself in the field, everybody's going to expect you, not necessarily your cleaning, but you. And we all know this. When a cleaner has been in, Mrs. Jones' house for a year, Mrs. Jones doesn't want anybody else. You can go in 6 months and look at the cleaning, and it may not be as perfect as we had it in the beginning, but Mrs. Jones has greater appreciation for the relationship she has with the cleaner than the cleaning. And that's just something that happens over time. It's very common. I don't know why. And this is not to say, slip in quality, but it is to say, make sure that you are, you allow other people in your business to deliver service, and that you take the time to provide them feedback and make sure that your training is well laid out so that it doesn't always have to be you. Okay. We also created an invoicing system that was better for managing her clients. So we changed the way she invoiced so that we could manage the cash flow better. She would, service people today, then put out fires at the end of the day, then service tomorrow. So by the time she's charging people for this money, a week would have passed. And if you're not getting the right people as your clients, sometimes they did a little disappearing act. So this is why we changed the way that she handled the invoicing for the better. And now she doesn't have that issue. So charging people ahead of time. So if your service is today, I'm charging you this morning. And creating invoices as a reminder. So lots of things you can do to cut it down. You can send an actual email reminder so they know you're coming and payment is due. You can charge them at the beginning of your service so that they know, we're coming in today and so you've been charged. You can arrange to have credit cards on file. Anyways, I digress, but we know that there's lots of ways to manage that, okay? She has a small but powerful team now, and she generates $15,000 per week, and she takes most weekends off. And of course, she's a little obsessed with planning now because I've made it so easy. So most of her Sunday afternoons she spends mapping out her week and or month. She's ahead on her social. So there's a lot of things going on there for her on the positive that you can implement into your business as well and really make things easy for yourself. All right, number 3. This one is a shocker for most people, but I'm going to tell you, when you build your business, you should be building it with the exit in mind, right? The end in mind. And here is why. Systems that include, or businesses that include processes and workflows increase your company's value. That is a no-brainer. This is something that everybody should know. And if you didn't know, now you know. Build with the exit in mind. Now that means if you decide to someday sell your cleaning service or franchise or even manage regions differently across a large territory, you definitely will need an operations manual that details how you do it here at XYZ Cleaning Company, who does it, how you get your clients, how many calls you get per hour, how many leads per hour, online, offline. You need to have all of this information well documented and tracked so that you can not only run a profitable business that supports you, but also build a company that has value and is a legacy. Legacy seems to be all the buzzword these days, but really and truly, if you want to build a legacy, this thing has to be able to run without you. And yes, there are many other factors like profitability, cash flow, margins, all this number stuff that are initial indicators of your business's value. But none of those numbers matter or hold much value if they are not easily repeated by new people. Okay? So anybody that comes into my business today, I can take a thick D-ring binder and hand it to you, and you could run my business, my seniors business, my cleaning service, and almost my coaching service. Okay. So one of the first things as an investor or a franchisee will look at or should look at is, how easy will it be for me to do what you did and get the same results or better? Right? So if you have everything in your head, how you get your clients, where you get them, what you say to them in your head, when you go to sell your business, that's not going to be visible. That doesn't make it valuable at all. And you'll say, oh, but Mr. Buyer, it's in my head. They'll be like, put it on paper. It will have no value. So keep that in mind. Take the time to do this. This is not going to be a 5-minute task or a 2-week task. This is going to take you some time, but it's very important. Okay. And when someone's asking you, if I buy your business, how can I do it? Is it doable the way you did it? If your answer is only I can do it or I have to show you, that your value is just taking a nosedive, like serious nosedive. All right. Here's another little case study for you. In 2019, I was made an offer for my cleaning service from another cleaning service, a massive cleaning service. And, on paper, I looked good. And I thought everything was good. So I started to actually do a little bit of investigation myself. So I went out and got a business valuation company. I started looking into what my business was worth. And of course, the fact that my cleaning service could continue to run without me and gain new business without me was a huge benefit for me. And I didn't realize it. My business was valuated favorably, but after I started to look at the deal as a whole from this person who wanted to buy my business, I knew I would be so much happier letting my company run just the way it is now with me as a paid absent owner while building my consulting brand, because I'm all about the multiple streams. Money's supposed to slap me in my face while I sleep. And I'm so glad I did, because the freedom has allowed me to do both, create another stream of income in my branding business, in my personal brand, but also keep my cleaning service running. And in fact, we just introduced another stream within the cleaning service of a product that we're now going to start to sell. So I've been training on Facebook ads. So I have all the skill set to be able to do that as soon as I'm ready. All right. So just to recap, action item number 1, get yourself digitally organized. Save yourself time and frustration of not being able to find things. Organize your digital workspace. Okay. You're leaving money on the table if you don't. All right. Action item number 2, set clear processes and expectations on how your team should deliver your service. Companies that deliver knock your socks off service have processes and procedures and systems in place to make things happen automatically, repeatedly, and sustainably. So don't get snuffed. And then action item number 3, build with the exit in mind, right? Increase your business's value by getting it digitally organized and documented. Actually leave a legacy behind. Okay? So, just again, systems allow you to vacation or be an absent owner while your business runs without you. And when I mean runs without you, I mean it still generates sales, leads, the phone still gets answered, people are still inquiring, the doors are still open, okay? And the systems also allow you to hire the right people the first time, retain good people, and train them with ease, right? Create a structure for high-performing team and clients. Sorry, so out of control here. Build a profitable and sustainable business that will support you. You know, there's nothing worse than saying you're in business, but then you can't afford to do anything because your business isn't profitable or your business is running you ragged and burning you out, right? So this is all about managing your business better, okay? I've used my proven systems to grow to multiple 6 figures, not once, but twice. There is a way to simplify and organize simple yet robust systems in your business and make your role easier. Systems make running my business easy and helps make managing it even easier. Okay. And then I'm able to work anywhere as long as there's Wi-Fi, and it's possible if you have systems and processes in place, you can manage a lot of your business off of your phone. I have done it for, the first 5 years of my business. I traveled a lot and I basically was building my business on my cell phone. And now I've created a 90-minute workshop to help you digitally organize and manage your business better. So what's next? Organize and implement your 6-figure foundation. That's what would come next. This is, there's only one of me and there's so many of you. Okay. So I'm offering a done with you workshop to get your digital folders set up, outline your processes for the major functions in your business. Okay. So in my 90-minute session, organize and implement your 6-figure foundation, you get a 90-minute session. There's homework, of course. And then there's a Q&A session that I'll jump onto a Zoom. We'll have a Q&A and you'll be able to ask your burning questions about business, systems and processes, anything you need to know or want to know. And then by the end of the workshop, you'll be able to, the Organize and Implement Your Six-Figure Foundation workshop, you'll be able to understand the value of systems. Like I said earlier, if I really didn't understand the value of what I know about systems until someone wanted to buy my business for a pretty penny. That's when I really knew that I was sitting on gold. You'll also learn how being organized increases productivity and why the 3 major must-have systems can make you or break you and how to set them up in your business. This goes beyond being transactional, okay? This is about really laying out everything that happens in your business. It's not just we cleaned your house, give me your money. There are other things that happen in your business before you can actually get out there to clean, before you can actually, pick up a cloth to say that you're actually cleaning a home. And then lastly, this workshop will allow you to have a crystal clear idea and a plan on how to get out of the field for good. Imagine being able to, vacation when you want to, shop for what you want to, whenever you wanted to, hire the right people the first time, scale your business with ease. That's what this is all about. And I cannot stress enough, this is all the way. And by the way, I've worked with several coaches over the last, several years, and every single coach has bought my program because they all needed this. And it's surprising how much discomfort people work in because they are disorganized or because they can't recreate or find things that they've had easily or created in the past for use again. So there's a lot of benefits to having systems and processes and automation in your business. Aside from profitability and making it sustainable and repeatable, it just makes it easy for you. And if you talk about taking control of your business, this is how. And if you want to really fall in love with your business, being a business owner all over again, this is it. This is it right here. Okay. So here I have provided you with how we can stay in touch. All right. You can follow me on Instagram at Sheri-Anne Inc. If you feel you are ready to get your business organized and learn how to create processes to automate major parts of your business and put plans in place to finally start hitting goals, then I encourage you to start with the workshop. Okay, so it's Organize and Implement Your Six-Figure Foundation workshop. It's only $97, and it gives you everything you need to strengthen your foundation and see improvements overall in how you operate. All right. This is the stuff that nobody talks about. This is the stuff that you can't actually see, but this is the stuff that you feel when it's in place, and you actually feel it when it's not in place. It's just not a good feeling. All right. And if you feel that today was, just a little too advanced for you, there is a link on my Instagram bio for my free asset principle, which it provides a deeper understanding of why you need systems, what they are, how you help you, and how to create them and change processes in your business. So really a big deal. But the workshop is only $97. I do have a wait list that I've just opened up for my six-figure systems course, and that will be August. At some point they'll be launching that in August, and that is another short but sweet course, to the point, to help you get organized. I'm all about the helping of people. I need you to get the results from using my products or trying out my products. So I'm always open for feedback and always available to answer questions. There's my contact information on the screen if you need to get in touch with me if you have any questions. But I do want to thank you all for joining me here today, and thank you for coming to the Made Summit 2021. Amar and his team have been doing a fantastic job at trying to provide you with the most value and the most content to really help you grow your business. So I just want to wish you well, and I hope to hear from you soon.